grab your cup of coffee, and let's get going on packing and prepping today. This is all the snacks that I've bought. It's also one less thing that I have to pack 2 days beforehand. This is actually a skort. We're all ready to go to Disney now. Our exciting thing is that I booked our lightning lanes this morning, so I'm gonna go over all of those with you and tell you which ones we've got planned. We're only 8 days away from Disney World. Grab your cup of coffee and let's get going on packing and prepping today. Hey there everyone, my name's Tiana. If you're new here at Magically Ever Mom, I share lots of tips, tricks, and personal adventures to help you get the most out of your Disney World vacation with little kids and babies. I post every Thursday and every other Monday, so make sure you're subscribed, click that button below to not miss the next video. Let's get to it. In today's video, I'm gonna be showing lots of prepping and packing because our Disney World trip is in 8 days. This is where it gets really exciting. To give you guys a little overview of our family dynamic and how we go to Disney, it's typically my husband Tom and I and our 2 kids, Adeline who's 4 and William who's 1. Will, even though he is a baby, he's always in that early toddlerhood stage, and Adeline's just getting out of that toddlerhood stage into that preschool age. For today's to-do list, we've got a few things to get done and also a couple more things that will probably end up happening tomorrow. The first big product of today is to wash our car inside and outside. The inside is looking like kids have been eating and playing inside. Going through all the snacks that we bought, we did a Costco run this morning. I bought a couple extra things beyond what we normally get to give them a couple new different snacks for Disney. I'd also like to go through our toys that are in our car bin and kind of revitalize those, see if I can switch anything out. That's probably all we're gonna have time for today, but that's all right because tomorrow is our lightning lane day. We do road trip to Disney, so part of our prepping and packing and planning for Disney is to get our car cleaned up and tidied, ready to go. First, let's go out and get the car all cleaned up. That will mainly be my husband's job.
You, I know it's alright. You read my mind, but I can see that you don't realize, and that's what made me fall in love. 'Cause you got style, the way your body makes my heart beat sound. It's amazing all the time. You are the only thing I need in life. Oh, I want you.
My husband just finished cleaning all the car, so all of this nice clean is courtesy of him.
You're welcome.
And I'm just going to show you all the after footage of how nice it looks. Let's start in the front.
I never knew love could be so sweet. I never knew.
The big area is the back seats.
I never knew.
Everything's all nice and tidy. Ready for the road trip in about a week. Everything's nice and clean. It's got just what we need now for our day-to-day.
Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you
And there you have it. A nice, clean car ready for the road trip. But we can't forget our finishing touch of our annual pass holder magnets. We're all ready to go to Disney now. Now we're back inside after doing a bit of car washing, car cleanup, all that. Now we're gonna go over all the snacks I bought from Costco that are specifically for Disney. I bought a couple extra things for us and for the kids. Buying snacks beforehand, especially because we do road trip, really helps save some money on little snacking throughout the day. We don't really like to buy the kids too many snacks at Disney. This is all the snacks that I've bought that are specifically for Disney from Costco. We are a family that likes to buy mostly organic. I try and get maybe 70 to 80% of our food as organic. As I think I mentioned earlier, some of these snacks are kind of our regular go-to snacks that I always get. I like to have a couple maybe more treat type snacks, a couple little extra snacks that they'll really like that I don't normally buy. When we're on vacation as adults, we tend to like to have treats too, don't we? So to me, the kids should be able to have a couple little treats too. These Annie Organic fruit snacks, we've been buying these the last couple times we've gone. Those are a nice little treat. I do buy those, I just don't let Adeline have them very often. These are something I haven't bought in quite a while. These are nice little cookies. They're decent ingredients, not great. This is one of the extra little treats that I bought specifically for the vacation. These That's It bars, these are great. Perfect ingredients. I don't buy them all that often because they are expensive. So that is something that I actually bought specifically for vacation. These are something I buy regularly. These I feel like are decently priced. The ingredients aren't quite as nice as these ones if you're looking specifically at ingredients, but we do the best we can. This is our kind of protein bar section. I like this brand. I just recently found this brand, True Bar. Those are really nice for me because those don't have dairy-based protein in them. They don't have the whey protein, and I can't have that right now with Will. These are the ones that my husband buys. The ingredients are not super great. They're okay in those, but again, when he's only having them a couple times a week, I think they're all right. These are really nice. Ingredients are great. These are a regular buy. These are more for Will than Adeline because they just don't really fill her up anymore. These are a regular buy for us. These we buy every time from Costco. The organic pouches that they have. They're cheaper than some of the name brand ones, so we just go for these ones. This was a choice by my husband. He likes spicy food. These aren't super spicy, but they're not something that I personally like. And then this is something that we didn't buy from Costco, but we were just given it by my parents, and it actually tastes really nice. And the ingredients are really good in this. This will be an easy, less messy snack for them to have if we need something like that. As I mentioned earlier, these are really just the dry pantry snacks. Near the end of the week, I will do a grocery order from Walmart where I'll get fruits and vegetables, raspberries, strawberries, and I'll pre-chop them up, wash them before we go so that I can bring them with us. One fruit that I have learned not to bring that doesn't really travel well is bananas. They get squished in our bags all the time, and then the kids don't want them. So we tend to not bring those very often. Even though I love bananas and I feel like they're a great easy snack, they just don't travel well for us. When I'm packing our snacks up too, I do definitely bring extras. I bring more than one a day of some of these snacks because I just want to make sure we have enough. If we have a hungry baby, hungry toddler, well, preschooler, who is in line and is just getting really hungry and we're just waiting for dinner, I don't need an outburst just because they're hungry. If they need food, they need food sometimes. This is the current state of our toy bin that sits behind the passenger front seat below Will's car seat. It needs a good clean out, doesn't it? So let's get that going. Hi there everyone, it's now several hours later. We've had dinner, done some other just house maintenance stuff. So now I'm ready to try and tackle this toy bin and just go through it all, pull it out, and then I'll reorganize and kind of show you guys along the way to see what stuff we've got that is worth keeping that I think my kids still play with or that they haven't played with enough that they've worn it out yet. Let's take a deep dive into this thing. I'll link this down below because this thing is really nice and big and a really good size. Especially if you're doing a decent road trip, whether it's Disney or another vacation. It has 3 different compartments. Well, that's how we've set it up. It does come with one more separator that we just don't use. And then it has a bunch of mesh pockets along the sides. So let's start with the bottom level here. Definitely something my husband gave Will. I'm gonna keep the crayons back in there. Those are still all right. Magnet tiles, those I am gonna keep back in the front one. Those are a nice thing to have just a few of. Stacking cups, I do like having some of these. These are actually pool toys or bath toys. And these are really nice. My parents got these for Will. It came with a set of, I think, 5 of the characters. And they don't actually have a hole in them, so there's no way to get water and mold inside. But they were a nice little thing for him to actually kind of knot and chew on that he couldn't actually chew anything off of. This I'm gonna take away because he can now actually chomp at this wheels. I like to keep several books in here, mainly for Adeline because Will just rips and tears apart books. But I like to change them out whenever I can. I like to keep maybe 3 or 4 books. Okay, I've done the first 2 levels for sure, taking out things. Now we've got the big section here. This is now the current state, now that we've taken out a bunch of things. I think what I need to do now is take the things that I know I'm not going to use back to the playroom, and then I'll kind of re-grab some new things and re-grab some new books. We'll see how the finished product looks. Okay, I've put away the toys back in the playroom. Now brought some new stuff out. I've put it all in the bin now. Now I'm just gonna go through all the new toys. I'll see if I can find any to link down below for you guys as well. Let's just go through the bin and see what they've got. I try and organize this in a smallest to biggest toys. I always put a few books in the back here. I always put 1 book in here for Will, even though he doesn't really do much with books. And then I do leave a coloring book in here too, along with a few color crayons in the front pouch. I've got a doll for Adeline and a couple dresses down below in here to play with. There's a couple kind of bigger sound making toys. This is a book. Adeline likes this too sometimes, but it's a musical book. Plays nursery rhymes. And then we've got this little toy. This one I kind of always keep because it does a lot of different things. So it's an assortment toy that just helps to keep Will occupied. Then we've got basically a rattle. This puppy toy, both Adeline and Will have loved this as babies. A musical toy that does happen to play It's a Small World. A little fairy doll for Adeline. A microphone. And then in here is basically toys that don't make any noise. We've got some balls in there. Will sometimes just likes to play with it and take them in and out. Little spinny fidget toy that suctions. This is really just something he chews on from time to time. And then there's a couple little doll toys. I put Olaf in here this time and a Sleeping Beauty. Then I've got just a few magnet tiles and then a few stacking cups. There we go. That's kind of the finished product. I will probably add a couple more things. I've ordered a couple more things from Amazon, but that should do them well. And I think that's probably all I'm gonna do tonight. So I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning to get our lightning lanes. See you soon. Welcome back, everyone. We've got lots more prepping and packing to do today. We're now just 7 days away from Disney. Yay! Hopefully that didn't just sound too much like London Tipton, but hey, it's Disney World. Let's get excited, guys. For today, we've got several more things that I've got to get done today, including I'm gonna go through the Amazon orders that I've ordered the past couple days. I'll pack up my toiletries. I'll show you a little hack there that I've heard about recently that I'm gonna try out. I'll definitely pack up some diapers and wipes, maybe a few clothes, And one of the more exciting things is that I booked our lightning lanes this morning, so I'm gonna go over all of those with you and tell you which ones we've got planned. I'd love you to join our little magical mom community, give us a subscribe, and give this video a like. Now let's get to the packing. Okay, so first things first, I need to grab a few things. I need to grab toiletries, I need to grab toiletry bags, I need to grab diapers, wipes, packing cubes. So I'll be right back. Voila. First things first, I'm gonna do diapers and wipes, I think. That's something that I don't have to wait to pack because I can just get it all prepared, make sure I've got enough, even though I've already counted, but it's nice to double check on these things so you don't run out. It's also one less thing that I have to pack 2 days beforehand, so let's get to this. These are the diapers we personally like to use. We tend to use a couple different brands, but this is one of our go-tos because it's a clean brand, but also still not too expensive. We get their wipes too.
Come run away, don't be afraid, we'll be okay. And I know it's the right thing to do, let's break away. All colors will fade, let's go our own way. Now's the time to decide what to do, and I'll stand by you. By you, I'll stand by you. Now's the time to decide what to do, let's break away.
All right, now we're on to the next step. In this case, that's gonna be packing up my toiletry bags and my makeup bags. This is gonna be the first time for me to do this about a week before a vacation. I've heard from a couple different people that this is a really nice way to pack for a couple different reasons. Number one, you can get one more thing packed early out of the way that you don't have to pack last minute, at least not completely. And number two, you're also making sure that you're not missing anything. If you're living out of your toiletry and makeup bag for about a week beforehand, most likely if you didn't use it in that week, then you're probably not gonna use it the week on vacation. So I'm giving this a try to see how I like it and just to see how much time maybe it saves me in the end. So let's get this done.
When you leave and close my door, who said it'd be easy to be in love? Who said that the sun would always shine? I'm not sure you realize what you are giving up. Oh, Emily, when did you fall right out of love? Oh, Emily, when did the magic stop for us? Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me when you leave and close my door. Oh, Emily. Oh, but Emily, you are the part of me I feel. It will kill me.
Mission accomplished. We've got my toiletry bag here and the makeup bag. I actually really like both of these. I like the sizes of them. There's still a little bit of space in this size for me. Maybe if I decide I want to move things around or make it just a little bit more sleek, then I've got some extra space to do that. This size, I think this is the medium. I will link this down below, assuming it's still available on Amazon. And I really like this size, as I was saying, because it holds my stuff, my daughter's stuff, a couple things of my husband's that we kind of share. One thing I am gonna show you guys is, I will link these down below for you too. I really like this set of travel toiletry bottles. It has a really wide mouth opening there, so it's really easy to fill. And it also makes it easy to actually use up all of the product in there as well. Now, as you can see, these are not all filled. I have filled one with our body wash. I'm currently waiting on some more shampoo of mine to show up, some more shampoo of my husband's to show up. And then I also need to get some more of my conditioner too. And then that'll fill these 4, and that's pretty much all we need as far as the travel bottles go. I think this is good to go. This makeup bag I also really like. Has a nice little handle here on this side for all my makeup brushes. This part is actually quite a bit full because I've managed to pack it. There's a couple things in here, like my hairbrush and my face wash that actually doubles as my makeup remover. Those things happen to be too big to fit into my toiletry bag, so it actually works out that I've got extra space in this makeup bag to do that. One of the last things I wanted to talk about today and go over with you guys is our lightning lane picks. If you saw in one of my previous videos, you'll know that I got lightning lanes for Hollywood Studios and Magic Kingdom for this trip that happens to be our first full day and our second full day parks. With our first full day being Hollywood Studios, I got some pretty decent times. I'll try and improve some of these if I can, maybe this weekend, but we'll see. Our first lightning lane for Hollywood Studios that I was able to snag was for Frozen Ever After. This happened to be for the first show, which is why I grabbed it. This is kind of one of those burner attractions that you really don't need to use a lightning lane on, but the reason I do this is so that I can use it, get ready to book another lightning lane right there early on in the day. This way you're not waiting until 10, 11, 12 o'clock when your first lightning lane has finished for you to book another one. Our next scheduled one, though, unfortunately is not scheduled until 3 o'clock for Toy Story Mania. Now, this 3 to 4 time slot might run into our nap time depending on kind of how it's going that day. While we're doing our midday break, I might go ahead and see if I can adjust it slightly to be later. We'll see just kind of how the timing goes of that day. But the other thing is I'm not too worried about it as well because you actually have about a 2-hour grace period after your time has finished. That's an unwritten rule, but it's a really nice way in case plans are not going according to plan to still keep up with your lightning lanes. Our last lightning lane that I got was for Slinky Dog Dash. I was able to get a time between 5:25 and 6:25 currently. With Slinky Dog and with Toy Story Mania, I am looking to see if I can move those up forward on in the day at all. But right now I'm not seeing anything. I'll check again this weekend to see if anything has adjusted at all. But so far we unfortunately only have one lightning lane for the morning, at least pre-scheduled, but at least we've got those other 2 on the books. For our second full day, which is Magic Kingdom, these came out really, really nice for times actually. Our first attraction is again kind of one of those burner attractions where you can use it, get it out of the way so you can quickly book another lightning lane. And this time I decided to do it for the Barnstormer ride. Will unfortunately can't ride it, but that's okay because I can take him on Dumbo, or my husband can, or we can take him to the Dumbo playground inside. There's lots of things to do in that area. But that one I got for 9 o'clock in the morning, so we can use it essentially first thing after early entry, which will be great. At 10 o'clock, I got Peter Pan's Flight. I was really glad that I was able to get that one so early. That's an attraction that has a good amount of weight. I really like that ride, probably more for the nostalgia than anything else. It actually is one of my favorite rides, but I also don't care to wait more than maybe 30 minutes for it either. The last early booking lightning lane I decided to get was for Under the Sea, and that is for 11 o'clock. So that day should work out really nicely. I'll be able to snag quite a few more lightning lanes for that day pretty early on, so that will be nice. And those are all of our lightning lane picks so far for this trip. The last thing that I was hoping to be able to go through with you guys today, but I just wasn't sure if the package would get here in time, but our couple Amazon shipments that I had ordered a few days ago finally came, and I'm just gonna go through with you guys the new things we got. If you happen to watch my most recent video all about packing 30 days beforehand, you'll notice that I mentioned about getting more packing cubes. These sets of packing cubes I actually really like, and again, I will link everything I can down in that description box for you guys. This set comes with one big one, and then inside of it, we've got 2 little tiny ones. Personally, I've grown to like these small ones for extra clothes. I like to pack depending on our length of stay. Adeline, because she's been potty trained for like 3 years now, I like to just pack maybe 1 or 2 sets of extra clothes just in case. You never know if something's gonna happen. Depending on what time of year it is, I will pack an extra set of clothes for me and my husband. That would more so be for more the summer months. If we're gonna get sweaty or wet or things, then I like to have an extra set of clothes for us too, just in case. And then I will pack an extra set of clothes for each day for him. For kids' clothes especially, these small ones work really well for that and for organizing them. The next size up here is this size. This is the size that I love. Comes with 3 in a pack. This size I really like for packing basically a full day's worth of clothes for each person. Now, what I typically do and how it fits best for our family and why I have 2 colors of these, I have a dark blue set as well, is I will pack me and Adeline's clothes for one day in this, and then the next day mine and Adeline's clothes in this, and then the next day, and so on and so on. So the reason I decided to get another set of these is because I have 3, but we have a 5-day vacation. Well, we have 3 full days plus each travel day. So I wanted to have more, and one of these this time will probably actually end up getting used on Tom and Will. The blue ones that I have, I use the same way. I just use it for the boys. Tom and Will in one for one day. The next day, Tom and Will's again. The next day, Tom and Will's again. I think you kind of get the picture. It just makes it really easy for having to just pull out that day's outfits. And instead of having maybe a packing cube set for each person, where you're going, okay, I'm gonna pull out one day's outfit, another day, and you're going into each packing cube every day, you can just go into 2 packing cubes for the morning and you've got it all covered. Big one, as you saw earlier, I will use for things like Will's diapers because those take up a fair bit of space. Maybe sleep outfits for the whole family, I'll put one in, things like that. Okay, and then I did go ahead and get Adeline some stretchy shorts. I don't have all of them here because she has already decided she wanted to try them on, but it came in a set of 5. I've just got 3 right here currently. Just some stretchy biker shorts for Adeline. She's not quite outgrowing her current ones, but she's worn her ones really, really well. They've got lots of stains on them, so they just needed, she was just due for a new pair. These happen to be the next size up too because she is getting close to that next size. So it kind of worked out. I got myself a couple pairs of shorts for a couple different reasons. I realized once I did my whole outfit organization a couple weeks ago for the last video that I did need at least 1 new pair of shorts. Shortly after that, I actually realized that the blue polka dot dress that I was planning on wearing, that one, the more I'm wearing it, the buttons just come undone on it. I don't want to have to be worrying about Disney having to rebutton a dress every time I sit down. So that means I needed a couple pairs of shorts. So I decided to order a few different pairs. This is actually a skirt. This is really, really comfortable. I tried this on just a little bit ago. It has shorts underneath it. It's probably a bit hard to see, but it has shorts underneath it, tie drawstring that ties around the waist, high-waisted, which I personally really like. That's my style. They're not too short. They definitely cover a good amount, and they're super lightweight. These would be perfect for honestly a summer trip too, but I really like these, and I will link these down below. And then I got 2 different sets of jean shorts. I bought 2 because the current ones I'm wearing, now that I'm breastfeeding back to pre-baby weight, I'm actually a decent amount less than I was pre-baby. So the shorts that I'm wearing currently, I don't love the way they fit. They're a bit loose, to be honest. So I wanted to get a new set. I got 2 different ones. These ones are just a little bit longer than the current ones I have. And then these ones are just like the current ones I'm actually wearing right now, just a different shade. But they're both super stretchy, high-waisted. I really like those. Then the last couple things are more toy type stuff apart from this. This is just a food container. We needed an extra one. So now that Will's really more into the snacking and eating foods way more, we needed to have a second one of these for him. And then speaking of Will, this is actually a really great little toy. It does all sorts of little things. A clip, spin, a key that you can pull in and out, buttons that you can push on both sides, steering wheel. This is a little plug that you can pull in and out. This is a really great little toy. It doesn't make any noise. I mean, not really. And so it's perfect for like restaurants or things in the car to keep them busy because our kids are not car seat kids either. So I'm looking forward to this toy. I've bought these types of things before. I've bought a princess pack before, but the ones that I've bought before were maybe not twice as big, but quite a bit larger. And these basically have, I don't know, like 6, 7, 8 different princesses in them. And you make a face, which eyes you want, you can stick on which crown you want, little kind of accessories, I guess if you want to call them that. They're really cute and Adeline loves them. So I got a princess set. Princesses are Adeline's favorite. And then I got a set of the classic Disney characters. So it's Minnie, Mickey, Mickey, Donald, Pluto, Goofy. Oh, and Daisy, which Daisy is actually one of her favorites too. And the last thing I bought, this cute little scavenger hunt game. Adeline honestly keeps herself really busy in the car. I'm surprised at how few toys she needs even on a 3-hour car trip. But I saw this and thought this would be a cute little thing to have. It goes through all these different things about, can you find a white house? Can you see some flowers? Can you see something fast? It's quite cute, and I think it'll be really handy for in the car. If you're doing any sort of a road trip, this is great. I did notice that they also make other ones of these too, like an airplane one, things for even just playing outside in general, all sorts of different ones. So I'm really looking forward to this. And there we have it. That's the whole Amazon haul. Thanks again for coming along through this whole journey of packing and prepping, and thanks for staying until the end. If you happen to have made it this far into the video, please go ahead and tell me what your favorite and least favorite part of packing and preparing for a Disney World vacation is. Please go ahead and click that subscribe button, click the like button, join our little internet family here, and become part of this magical mom community. We'd love to have you. And not miss the next video, which is all about going over our arrival day. Should be a very, very realistic one at that. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you all over right here in the next one, which is all about how we pack 30 days before Disney. Bye guys.